Historians often view the rise of civilization as the story of increasing control over an area or people. Initially, control is exercised by individuals or small elites, but over time bureaucracies emerge, providing a continuity of purpose, culture, and law, and an inertia that resists radical change in favor of evolutionary development. In early stages, control is exerted over ethnic units or small geographical areas that tend to grow until confronted with a competing cultural or political entity, and these entities we call nation-states. The notion of the nation-state is one where geographical, political, cultural, and potentially ethnic homogeneities coincide. The citizens in a successful nation-state share common values, language, and culture, and the role of the state is to provide sovereign territory for its citizens. The concept of nation-state implies autonomy, and a world of nation-states is predicated on the concepts of self-determination and autonomy. It is inevitable that, as nation-states achieve greater and greater internal control, their ability to resist external influences also increases, leading to some security of boundaries until new factors emerge that have a destabilizing effect. Such factors may be military, for example the use of the Greek phalanx in the Persian Wars, technological, for example the use of cannon and rifle against knights at the end of the age of chivalry, or ideological, such as the rise of republican democracy in the US or France in the 18th century. Nation-states thus concern themselves with the development of capabilities to defend their boundaries on military, technological, economic, and ideological battlegrounds. Cyberspace can be viewed as both a military and a technological battleground, but it can equally be viewed as a medium for delivering ideological and economic warfare capabilities. As a result, cyber warfare can be conducted through multiple simultaneous modes and with multiple simultaneous motivations, and can act as a destabilizing force in relation to other, more traditional battlegrounds. Cyberspace is a battleground that is not restricted to physical objectives or rules, although cyber warfare efforts can have dramatic real-world effects. The ability to infiltrate or control part of the cyberspace of another nation-state could allow access to critical or sensitive information and could provide real damage through the degradation of control of critical infrastructures. This capability can offer the attacker significant opportunities to inflict image, psychological, economic, and physical damage. It could also provide the attacker with access to sensitive information on military hardware, national defense data, or other critical information that could be used as a force multiplier if used in conjunction with a physical attack. The ability of cyberspace to destabilize traditional battlegrounds is largely related to the fact that cyberspace makes porous the boundaries that nation-states have worked so hard to secure. Cyberspace is not the first or only challenge to border security. The ubiquity of international travel has significant porosity and therefore border security issues. Several industrial countries have begun to include cyber warfare strategies into their national defense plans. The strategies incorporate offensive and defensive components. Currently, the Air Force is developing a cyberspace warfare operation called the Cyber Command, or Air Force Cyber Task Force. Other countries, such as China, India, and Russia, have officially adopted cyber warfare into their national defense strategies and military doctrines. Kordsman notes that we are detecting with increasing frequency the appearance of doctrine and dedicated offensive cyber warfare programs in other countries. One strong motivation for developing cyber warfare capabilities is that they are relatively cheap to implement when compared to traditional warfighting systems, and offer nation-states with less developed armed forces a way to counteract their potential rivals. Developed Western countries, most notably the United States, have a definitive advantage in traditional warfighting and combat arms systems. Countries with less developed conventional and nuclear warfighting capability may see the development of cyber warfare systems as a critical strategy to redress this imbalance. A Chinese general indicated in a military publication in 1996 that in future wars, computers would be vulnerable in 3 ways. We can make the enemy's command centers not work by changing their data systems. We can cause the enemy's headquarters to make incorrect judgment by sending disinformation. we can dominate the enemy's banking system and even its entire social order.